Hey guys, it's in disturbing times like this, there's something that stirs deep inside of us. I think it frees us or have us in loops and prevent us from doing what's needed. Something interesting, something powerful that happened for me was right after Yom Tov. It hit me on another level, the whole situation in Israel. And I found myself just, wasting time with overplaying what was going on, and I guess you want to say trying to be controlling of the situation. How could this be? What Israel should do about it. But at the end of the day, very unproductive. Every time I was, a bit more mindful, I just had to catch up with what I had to do to take care of my family, to take care of, just to keep things afloat. And something that helped me a lot was, at one point, I finally had space enough to daven mincha properly. And during mincha, I asked specifically from Hashem what I wanted. What did I wanted out of the hostages? Should be freed, healed from all the trauma. What I wanted for Israeli soldiers. What I wanted from the whole situation, from the people watching these videos and stuff. But by going specific, something very powerful happened. First, I released a lot. I was very emotional during that whole davening. But after that, I was actually practically doing something about it. I started saying Tehillim. I started recruiting people to put on tefillin. Something else powerfully happened, but let me explain what's going on here. Behind every fear, there's a want. And most of us get caught up in the fear. Some get caught up and we freeze. Some get caught up in loops of, if only was this, if only if I was that, or in loops of what I'm gonna do, or not what I'm gonna do, because that's already thinking more of a practical action, but what they should be doing. All stuck in this answering to the fear, all stuck in this reactive mode. But if we could just break down what is it we want, we can start getting creative and taking action for what to do. So as long as I was in this loop of basically, what I would have done, what I think should be done, how terrible it is, I was disturbed. I was frozen. I was in a loop of not helping anybody, not even my family, not helping. I was just wasting time. The second I was more specific, talking to Hashem what I wanted, the emotions came out in a much healthier way. It was intense, but it was focused. I cried like I didn't cry in a long time. In fact, right after, I found out someone very close to me was actually flying to Israel to join the front forces. A lot of fear and terror came inside of me. I wanted to hold on to him. At the same time, I understood what was right. And it was a battle going inside. And I was able to focus myself and say, what do I want? I want him to be strong. I want him to be mighty. I want him to know that I love him. I want him to be courageous. And I want Hashem to protect him. He doesn't need to hear my fears. He doesn't need to hear where I'm stuck. So I sent it, Baruch Hashem, a powerful message. I love him, proud of him. And what's his kapitel? What could I do for him? And then I, Baruch Hashem, started recruiting people to put on tefillin. I was able to take action. I was able to do something. So something powerful we could do is if we could take a moment to daven. Take a moment to daven. Daven specifically what you want. Get in touch with what you want. Feel it. Pray for it. Focus that energy. Focus that disturbance. I will tell you, if we're trying to understand what's going on, we're not going to be able to pray. Because it doesn't make sense. In other words, if you're trying to make logical reasons for what's going on, you can't, and you're going to be stuck. How can I pray to Hashem? That's not what's needed here. At this point, we have to understand this is something greater than us. This is something that's way beyond. This is something that should not make sense to us. It should not sit well with us. But it is from Hashem. It is from Hashem. The Rebbe actually says that Moshe Rabbeinu refused to sit and look at the burning bush because he didn't want to understand how Hashem is in Galus. He wanted to be disturbed. He wanted to be bothered. How could Hashem be in Galus? Ad Masai. So it's not a time to try to explain it. It's not a time to watch videos. These videos, they kind of give us a feeling that we're disturbed with them, but it doesn't get us to take action. It gets us frozen with dread or with hate and disgust, and in a loop of, what am I going to do? What should Israel do? Trying to control the situation versus what needs to be done. I'm going to daven for that. I'm going to take action. I'm going to add in Torah. I'm going to add in Tefillin. I'm going to add in mitzvahs. I'm going to add in Avos Yisrael. I'm going to forgive one more person that I'm going to fight with. I'm going to reach out to another person that could use my attention right now. L'chaim, B'ezras Hashem, we should see complete peace. Whoever needs healing, physically, emotionally, they should all have. Hashem should help them with the full process and should be speedily with Mashiach. We shouldn't have any questions anymore. It should be done in a beautiful, peaceful manner where we won't have to ask Hashem, questions of, could I done properly in a different way.